You looked in the mirror this morning and something felt off. The cut seemed right. But your face looked older than it did a year ago. You couldn't explain why. You just felt it. That's not the cut working against your bone structure in general. It's specific mistakes inside the cut that are quietly adding years. And with a Pixie, those mistakes hit harder because there's nowhere to hide. Every line, every angle, every proportion sits right there against your face with nothing softening it. We're covering 7 of them today. The ones I see most often on women over 60 who come in frustrated and leave transformed. Part 4 is the one that shocks most people, because it has nothing to do with length and everything to do with one small line near your temple. That detail alone changes how your entire face reads. You deserve to know these. Not guess at them, know them. I researched the worst style and beauty mistakes and the best fixes for women over 50, so you get real results, fast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. I cover this every week. Mistakes 1 and 2. Too much volume on top / too little volume on the sides. You've seen it 100 times and you've probably done it without knowing. You sit in that chair and you ask for height. More lift. More volume up top. And your stylist gives it to you. Because you asked. Here's what nobody tells you about that request. It's working directly against you. That's mistake number 1. And this is what it's actually doing to you right now. It's lengthening your face vertically while simultaneously narrowing it at the sides, which pulls your cheekbones inward and flattens the widest, most beautiful part of your face structure. It adds 4 to 6 years in any lighting, especially in photographs. Every time. The reason it's so common is that most women were told years ago that lift equals youth. And that was true when they were 30. At 60 plus, the face has changed. The proportions have shifted. What worked then actively reverses now. The fix is to redistribute the volume. You want width, not height. Ask your stylist specifically for soft volume on the sides, just above the ears, brush slightly outward, and a flatter, closer crown. It feels counterintuitive. It feels like you're asking for less. You're not. You're asking for the shape that frames your specific bone structure instead of fighting it. That brings us to mistake number 2. And it lives right alongside the first. Removing all volume from the sides entirely. Tucking the hair tight behind the ears, pressing it flat against the head. It sounds neat. It sounds polished. What it's actually doing is exposing every line along your jaw and temple in a way that sharpens your features downward instead of lifting them. Your face carries so much of its beauty in the middle third. Your cheekbones, the corners of your eyes, the line of your brow. Volume at the sides frames all of that. Remove it and you're left with a silhouette that narrows from the top down, which reads as aged rather than refined. The swap here is simple. Ask for a small amount of textured body, not curl, just soft movement, to stay present just in front of the ear. That one request changes the entire frame. Honestly, this is the one a woman told me changed how she felt getting dressed every single morning. I wish someone had said it plainly 15 years earlier. Coming up, mistake 3 is something almost every woman over 60 does automatically. And it's the one that's the hardest to see yourself because your stylist has probably never pointed it out directly. Mistakes 3 and 4. Cutting the nape too short / ignoring the temple line. There's a moment that happens in almost every salon visit. The stylist finishes the cut, picks up the clippers, and takes the nape right up. Clean. Tight. Clipped short. And it looks sharp. It looks finished. You walk out feeling neat. What's happening at the back of your head in the weeks that follow is mistake number 3. And it's costing you more than you realize. A clipped high nape removes the natural softness that tapers the silhouette at the base. What it leaves instead is a very abrupt, very visible line between where your hair ends and your neck begins. That line draws the eye directly to the neck, specifically to the area where natural skin changes with age show most clearly. It makes the neck look shorter. It makes the jawline look less defined. And it happens within 2 weeks of the cut, as the growth starts, making the line even more pronounced. The fix is one specific instruction to your stylist. Taper, don't clip. Ask them to let the nape fade naturally into the hairline, rather than cutting a defined line. The hair stays short, but instead of ending abruptly, it dissolves gradually into the skin. The result is a neck that looks longer, a jawline that reads cleaner, and a silhouette that stays elegant even as the hair grows out between appointments. Write this one down. Now, mistake number 4. This is the one I didn't expect people to message me about so constantly. But it's always this one. The temple line. That small area where the hair begins above and in front of your ear. Most women, most stylists, honestly, pay almost no attention to it. It's treated as a leftover. A transition zone. Whatever shape it takes, it takes. But here's what that specific line is doing to your face right now. If it's cut straight across or left with a blunt edge, it creates a hard horizontal line at exactly the point where your face's midsection begins to taper. That horizontal line visually divides your face. It shortens what should be a long, graceful line from cheekbone to jaw. And it presses the eye of anyone looking at you downward, toward the jaw and neck, rather than upward toward your eyes and cheekbones. The fix is asking for a soft curved or slightly angled temple line. Not dramatic. Not styled. Just a gentle curve that follows the natural movement of the face, rather than cutting across it. It takes your stylist 30 seconds to shape it correctly. What it gives back is a face that reads as open, lifted, and light, rather than sectioned and heavy. The difference between mistake 4 done wrong and done right is the difference between looking tired and looking completely alive. I watched a woman in a salon chair last week. Stunning bone structure, perfect posture, and her temple line was straight as a ruler on both sides. She kept asking the stylist to make it look more polished. She didn't know she was describing the exact problem she was asking them to create. The next mistake is one I see most often, and the most expensive one to fix if you leave it too long. Mistakes 5 and 6. Wrong fringe placement/color that fights the cut. Has your fringe ever looked exactly right at the salon and slightly wrong a week later? Not wrong in a way you could point to, just off. Like it stopped doing the thing you thought it was doing. That's usually mistake number 5. And it's not the fringe itself. It's where it's placed on your face. A fringe that sits too low, meaning it covers more than a third of your forehead, is compressing the top portion of your face. Your forehead is actually doing critical work for you. It's the part of your face that carries light, creates space, and communicates openness. Cover it, and you reduce the visual height of the entire face. You also shorten the distance between your brows and your hairline, which crowds the upper face and makes the area around your eyes look smaller and heavier. The fringe placement that genuinely works for women over 60 is higher, lighter, and sideswept rather than blunt. Ask for a piece that grazes, not covers, the forehead. Something that can be pushed aside or pulled softly to one angle. That small change opens the face vertically, lifts the eye area, and lets your forehead do the work it was always doing before the fringe covered it. This is the one. This is what changes a pixie from looking like it's fighting your face to looking like it was always meant for it. Now mistake 6. And this one is costing women money they don't even know they're spending. The color. Specifically, choosing a color that fights the cut instead of completing it. A pixie cut is all structure, all line, all geometry, which means the color carries an enormous amount of visual weight. Far more than it does in a longer style where length and movement share the job. The wrong color on a pixie doesn't just look slightly off. It undermines the entire architecture of the cut. The specific mistake is going too dark. A single process dark brown or black on a pixie cut over 60 does one thing very reliably. It makes the cut read as a stark, hard silhouette against the skin. It flattens the face. It removes the dimension that gives the cut its movement. And it creates contrast with the skin tone that pulls attention to every line and shadow in the face rather than to the structure and bone that make it beautiful. What works instead is tonal dimension. A color with 2 or 3 tones woven through it that move from slightly lighter at the crown to slightly warmer toward the face. Soft balayage. Lived in silver with warmth. Cool gray with a gold undertone. Any of these adds depth to the cut that makes it look intentional and alive rather than flat and heavy. There's one thing about mistake 7 that nobody in this space talks about. That's next. Mistake 7. The maintenance trap. Here's something nobody says out loud. The most damaging mistake you can make with a pixie cut has nothing to do with what happens in the salon. It happens in the 6 weeks after you leave. This one is everything. Mistake number 7 is waiting too long between appointments. And I know, it sounds simple. It sounds like maintenance advice rather than a style mistake. But let me tell you specifically what it's doing to your face. A pixie cut's entire job is precision. It works because the line at the jaw, the angle at the crown, the taper at the neck, and the curve at the temple are all calibrated to your face at that specific length. The moment the hair grows past that calibration, even by half an inch, those lines shift. And they shift in ways that undo every single thing the cut was doing for your face structure. The jawline definition goes first, then the cheekbone framing, then the lift at the temple. Within 6 weeks, the most flattering elements of a good pixie can be completely gone. Most women wait 8 to 10 weeks between cuts. At that point, they're not maintaining a pixie, they're growing it out without meaning to. The fix is a 4 to 5 week appointment schedule, not a full restyle every visit. A trim, a shape check, and a taper refresh. Most visits take 20 minutes. The cost is small. What you keep in return is the actual cut, the version that was working for your face before the shape dissolved. And here's the part that nobody says. The most age-adding version of a pixie is not the wrong cut. It's the right cut gone shapeless. Because a good cut going formless looks like neglect. And neglect reads as fatigue on the face in a way that no product and no technique can fix once it sets in. The swap is clear. Trade 10-week appointments for 5-week ones. That one shift, just one, preserves everything the cut is doing for you and prevents the slow visual erosion that happens when shape disappears between visits. One practical tip. Ask your stylist to write down the exact cut instructions on a card. The taper angle, the temple curve, the fringe placement, so that any stylist you see can reproduce it accurately. You should never have to explain your cut from scratch at every visit. You should arrive, hand over the card, and leave looking exactly like yourself. What I'm covering next. Most women find it even harder to hear, but it's the one that matters most when you're choosing your cut in the first place. Part 5. Choosing the wrong pixie for your face shape. You pick the cut from a picture. Maybe a celebrity. Maybe a friend whose hair you always admired. It looked incredible on her. On you, it just never quite clicked. You've been adjusting it, asking for small changes, feeling like something is still missing. That something is face shape matching. And it's the foundation everything else is built on. This is the mistake that sits underneath every other mistake in this video. Because a pixie cut designed for the wrong face shape will always fight you. No matter how perfectly it's cut, no matter how correctly it's maintained, no matter what color you put on it. Face shape is the architecture. Everything else is decoration. Here's what actually changes after 50. Your face shape doesn't stay static. Facial volume shifts. The jaw softens. The cheeks change. A woman who was oval-faced at 35 may be reading as more oblong at 62. Which means the cut she's been getting for 20 years may no longer be serving her the way it once did. The 3 most common mismatches for women over 60. The very close-cropped pixie on an oblong face. This cut removes all width and length stops, making a naturally long face read even longer. The full rounded pixie on a round face. Adding volume in all directions on a face that's already full at the sides makes the face appear larger and heavier rather than lifted. And the aggressively layered, spiky pixie on a square face. This cut emphasizes the angular jaw rather than softening it, drawing the eye exactly to the area that needs the least attention. Yes, that's simple. For oblong faces. Ask for a pixie with a side-swept fringe and volume through the sides. This adds width and shortens the visual length of the face. The crown stays flatter. The sides do the work. For round faces. Ask for height at the crown with close sides. This lengthens the visual proportion and creates lift. Avoid volume on the sides. The height does the framing. For square faces. Ask for soft textured layers that curve around the jaw rather than pointing toward it. A slightly longer cut that just grazes the cheekbones on the sides creates a gentle oval frame around the face. And here's the practical step that changes everything. Before your next appointment, photograph your face from the front in flat, even light with your hair pulled back. Look at the line of your jaw, the width of your cheekbones, the length from your forehead to your chin. Show that photograph to your stylist, and ask them specifically how your face shape has changed in the last 5 years. A good stylist will tell you. And that conversation alone will change every cut you get from that appointment forward. Your bone structure was always this stunning. The right Pixie just finally lets it show. You just walked through 7 mistakes that most women spend years making without anyone telling them what's actually happening. You know them now. All 7. Boom. Your bone structure was always this stunning. Now it shows. Tell me in the comments. Which of these 7 mistakes have you been making without knowing it? I genuinely want to know. The answers always surprise me. Next time, we're getting into the one makeup mistake that makes every pixie cut look harder and older on camera. And it takes 30 seconds to fix once you see it. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I'll see you in the next one.